Hi guys. Hello.
It is being recorded already and we will put it on YouTube, so try not to be
Who
just
do
waiting.
we have there?
What? Hi.
Hi.
First thing is that we have a tradition of welcoming you with saying we are sorry for being late.
Come on, it's only a few minutes.
Yeah, and it's good to be punctual.
Too many apologies.
Yeah,
to begin with.
But I think I like people being respectful towards me, so I also want to be respectful towards others. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
And we have a great topic today, but first of all, I would like to wish you all the best because it's your 8th anniversary of being dad.
Thank you.
Carlos's son, Jensen, is 8 today.
Yes, he is. Yep.
Could you keep the frame as I would like it?
Oh my God.
Okay, so... Hi.
Hi.
What does it mean, peeps? People? Okay. I'm so proper language.
I think you need to move to the British Isles and live there for a while. It would do you good.
Just to get the point.
First of all, Lydia would enjoy the weather because she doesn't like hot summers. Despite the fact she's a surf girl, she doesn't like summer and hot sunny weather because it's hot and sweaty. But she's a surfer girl, come on. Second of all...
Yeah, but it's not the subject of today.
This is not the subject
of today. What else you want to say?
And
I like...
that would do you well regarding your English as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we will go there for a while, for a trip, right?
Yeah, for a trip or to live. Why not? Europe is wide open now.
Yeah, I am a digital nomad, so I am already ready.
Yeah. Already ready.
Yeah, it was intentional, you know?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Keep the frame.
Yeah, because you are so big today and I'm not visible and my hair is quite good today.
Your hair is quite big. So is mine.
Well, fancy that, my favorite couple. Hi.
Thank you.
Our favorite viewers. It's good to have you. Okay. Because we have this great day today and Jensen is 8 today.
Today, yeah.
It's
4th of October.
It inspires us to talk about parenting
and parenthood.
Yeah, parenthood. This is actually my favorite way of
pronouncing it.
Not pronouncing, but of creating nouns in English, because I'm, motherhood, fatherhood, kidhood, parenthood. Okay, and the thing is,
Lydiahood.
Yeah, it's quite cool. Today, when I asked you what should we talk about, you said, I'm not the one who is
full of ideas.
Yeah, but now this one was really cool.
Yeah, well, I've got my moments.
Okay, the question is, first of all, what parenthood is, meaning what is it about? Is each parenthood the same? What changes when you become a parent, or nothing, or it's up to you? Or are parents from the past different from parents of nowadays, for example, considering our parents, right? And what is the relationship between parents and kids nowadays and what was it some time ago? We know that we now look a bit differently at what our parents did in the past, right? When we are parents ourselves. We maybe understand it more, or maybe we see more.
Well, these days people, when they become adults, they are becoming more aware of the differences between how we were brought up by our parents and how we would like to bring our children up as well, and also what sort of impact uh, it had on our bringing up. So whatever,
So we are more aware.
we are more aware these days. Yes.
Rock Daddy says it's the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yes.
And this is, even if it changes something, even if it happens that we kind of cannot do something, I think most of the parents is of this opinion, right? That this is the best thing that happened. And you know why I think so? This is my freestyle thought now. Because being a parent helps us to get rid of some dilemmas in our lives. Dilemmas. You know what I mean? We have no dilemmas in certain areas. So it makes us, our minds, clearer, and we just feel better. It's very comfortable not to have dilemmas, right? And being a parent, we know what the priority is.
Life without dilemmas is definitely an easy life.
Oh, sorry.
Rather than, you know...
Yeah, but I'm just, you know, I'm not saying we have no dilemmas at all. I'm just saying it helps you...
But the less you have, the easier it gets.
This is my opinion, It's because when I think of it, when I thought of it at this... Why we think it's the best thing that happens to us is the fact that although our lives are usually different and we may say more complicated, they are actually easier because we know the direction, and we know, and of course I'm saying about this kind of parent I am myself, that I don't see it as a problem when I cannot do something myself because I have a kid, right? Hi, it's great. You are watching
for me
us.
personally, being a father, at first it felt kind of normal. I was still myself. My birth of my son started having an effect gradually over the time. The older he was getting, the more kind of connected we felt, even though I used to spend all the time with him, and later on when me and Jensen's mom had split up, it kind of defined me that bringing Jensen up is my purpose in life.
Read what Rock Daddy writes. We know what we don't want to do as parents, looking back on our parents' way of bringing us up.
Definitely.
So we don't want to be like our parents, right?
Yes. Well,
why?
Why? Some people don't, and I don't blame them. It's just basically the way it depends, I suppose. Which generations your parents come from. If your parents, I'm talking about myself right now, for people who are closing to become around 35, 40 years old, and they have a younger parents, that might be different. But if your parents, if you are at that age and your parents are older, it means they are from
70,
slightly different generation, and then it becomes harder because obviously their ways of bringing up were different to the ways of the younger generations.
Being a fresh dad is like being a knight, Rock Daddy says. Yeah, you're saying so, and I would say, because whenever I don't like something older people do, older parents do, other parents do. I also meet parents on playgrounds. I meet grandparents on playgrounds. I can also, I can see what my mom thinks and says. Uwielbiam was, piękne bez was były dzieci. We are working on it.
Thank you.
I'm working on it. Yeah,
whatever that means.
It is a subject for another conversation. Anyway, whenever I meet such parents, I try to excuse them in a way, you know. I try to understand what the background was. And considering your parents that are a bit older than mine, right?
Yes.
And even there is a difference, right? When you've got parents that are around 80 or 70, 80, they are, it's different than you've got parents when they are before 60, right? And the connection with them, the probably the things that they have been through are
It's
completely different.
Yeah. Then it comes obviously the system they were brought up in. Obviously, we're speaking here about communism and all that times.
About
if someone
wars
was growing
also,
up
after wars
yeah.
time.
Well, my dad was born in 1941, so as a tiny child, he still witnessed Second World War. So yeah, that's
and that had an impact on him, even considering what his parents felt.
exactly
As what we feel, our children feel.
But he's pretty much laid back, so today he's just enjoying his retirement.
Laid back?
Laid back? Chilled.
Okay. Andre, you are chilled. Just we don't want to repeat their mistakes. In our parents, in our view, we need to be mindful of history and generation, etc. Right? We don't exactly of history, but this is really funny because even if we don't want to be like our parents, we still do a lot of things in a similar way, and it's and we actually cannot do anything about it.
And sometimes it is annoying as well. Sometimes,
and we still do it.
Yes, you know. Sometimes you are even aware that you're doing it, but you still do it because.
It's funny. All the more
somehow it works out that way.
Yeah, all the more in many situations we are very similar to our parents. And there are some features of my dad, who is a specific person, as I am. Anyway, there are some features that really pisses me off.
Pissing me off.
They are really pissing me off. And you know why? Because I do the same, exactly the same. Yeah, and it's like, wow, don't do that. It's so stupid. And then I say, oh my God, I do the same. But it's just about, it's about being an adult kid of a parent, yeah? And now being aware, exactly, of what you said, of this stuff. When it comes to our kids, it's, as you said, a bit different because we have times when we need to deal with those relations with our parents that were brought up in a completely different reality.
Yes.
And we want to be best parents of all times, right? We're bringing up another generation, right? And that generation, this new generation, is actually brilliant. They are more intelligent than we are, than we used to have. They experience more. Their minds, their brains take more stimuli, you know what I mean? And they deal with it. And
they are stimulated in a different way, first of all. Because obviously we are the part of big evolution right now, which is mainly internet and electronics. So it's kind of a new thing to all of us adults, while for our children it's a normal thing. This is all they know. They don't know anything else.
Yeah.
They know the tablets, they know smartphones, they know video game consoles.
And the amount of stimuli
computers that, connects you online with all the other gamers from all over the world.
And it's standard for
It's
them.
a normal thing for them.
I'm working as dad's worker, supporting other dads. This is mind-blowing work. Amazing opportunity to see different styles of fatherhood. Right. And this is something really interesting that we really shouldn't. I learned it so well during these 6 years of being a mom, that every father, every mother is different. And before you criticize somebody, you should understand why it happens, or just have in mind that this person is completely different. And everybody may be a completely different dad, and everybody can be a completely different mom, and it is still fine.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, although there are, of course, situations when we can clearly see it doesn't work, right? That there are parents that don't want to be parents, that don't care about it, and this is something I cannot understand.
Or they just not being made for. Like, not everybody is made for being a parent, basically, even though they are parents, or they tried the best to be a good parent, but sometimes just certain people are not made for it, and
Okay, what does it mean to be a mate for being a parent? What does it mean? How does it, what do you need to do not to hurt your kid? Not to be a good parent, you know, good enough. You know what I mean? Not the perfect one, because it's impossible. It's just to be a good parent for your kid.
Well, it obviously everybody's different with, and we all do make mistakes along the way. It's inevitable.
All the more if you become a parent, nobody told you how it would be.
How it will be, and you know, everybody's different. Everybody's child is different. So, you, in my opinion, you have to use and believe in your intuition, and go with the voice of your intuition. Whatever you think your child's needs are, follow it through, and this is the only way. And obviously learn from your mistakes, because you will make them along the way. I don't know how about you guys. Maybe some of you parents who are our viewers may comment on that subject as well, because obviously it's a wide area of opinions.
Rock Daddy says that sometimes people just don't have capacity, lack of good examples, history, not enough support. Exactly. But what then?
And sometimes
but what then? Does it mean such a person cannot become a good parent?
Well, if they have other issues, because everything he mentioned leads also to certain addictions, such as alcohol abuse, drug abuse, violent behavior. So and parents become, because of their experiences or lack of them, they become addicted to certain substances, which makes them even less capable of dealing with their own children.
Yeah, but this, what you mentioned, I think is something which we clearly see as something not good, right? Addictions. Parents that are addicted to drugs or alcohol, this is not good, right? And even if not parents,
or having
not parents,
a problem.
Yeah. And what about people that were just
not all of them. I'm not speaking in general, because there are people.
That there are people who abuse and are okay. No, they are not.
No. I'm just.
But what I wanted to say,
I was speaking regarding Rock Daddy's comment.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say about that is that sometimes everything looks fine. Yeah, everything is
on
just
the
fine.
outside.
Yeah, father works, mother works, or sits at home. Children go to school. They go outside to play. But then I meet such people, such a kid, such a parent, and I myself can observe, as I am this careful viewer of such social inter-family relations.
Interactions.
Yeah, but I wanted interactions? Family, okay.
Family interactions.
Family interactions. I can clearly see that something doesn't work. And it's not about alcohol, it's not about
and
any
it's not
abuse.
Judging. It's not judging.
Yeah, it's just that something doesn't work because the kid is struggling for something. The kid is not aware, of course, because it's a kid. And then I, being a stranger, I can do nothing about it, of course. Usually we used to think in the past that school should help in situations when something's wrong, although it looks fine. But I think it's good to be kind of awake, to be an awake parent, that you can, and to use this intuition you mentioned.
So awareness, basically. You need to be aware. Well, you need
and
to.
mindful. Mindfulness is something so cool.
And awareness, that's two key words.
But you need to accept it and work hard toward being better. Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Yeah, and working hard is something we don't like. We don't like to work hard.
Working hard on being better parent, this is something I do on a daily basis. I think we both working constantly on it, and that became kind of my purpose in life, to be as good parent as possible for my own
Okay,
son.
but and now there's some question that some people also. I asked that question to myself also some time ago. Is it a sacrifice? Is it wrong? Maybe is being a parent my purpose in life? Wait until before you answer. Sometimes it's buried deep, anxiety, issues with parental knowledge and history. Sometimes we as people, we are not resilient. What does it mean, resilient? Rock Daddy, explain us what you think. And what now you see my mirror. What I wanted, Rock Daddy will answer and we may continue. What do you mean? Sometimes we as people, we are not resilient. And what I said is being a parent your purpose because you sacrifice yourself.
No. Well, if someone feels like it, that they
lose something.
Lose on something or making a sacrifice, then it's not necessarily gonna work. In my case, I'm speaking my own opinion. This is how I feel from the bottom of my heart. So
yeah, and this is important what you said. You feel it from the bottom of your heart, not from your mind, because doing things as they should be done according to what was written somewhere, it never works. At the end of the day, it really appears to be not real because you don't feel it at the bottom of your heart, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because I also had that, when I set up my blog, I named it Extremama, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to be an extreme mother about extreme sports and so on. And then it appeared that really motherhood is this favorite extreme sport. And I said, okay, so am I sacrificing my crazy lifestyle? And nowadays I do a lot of family stuff on the blog, on vlog, and I said, is it okay with me? Am I just a parent, or is it enough, or it's a lot actually? So I'm asking this question. And one friend of mine, Magda, you happened to meet her in Olsztyn one day. She once said on television about me, because they were making some short TV story, and the journalist asked her about me, about who I am, what I do, and she said something really nice, and I think all parents will like it, that Lydia has this chapter in her life now. She's a mom now.
Mm-hmm.
And this chapter will never end, but it will not be the top subject, right? Maybe.
At some point.
Yeah, because we bring our children up to make them self-confident, self-sufficient, and so this is also something really important in parenthood, right?
Well, yes, but on the other hand, my mom says to me, and she's almost 70 years old, that for her, I'm still this young boy, this little baby, and I'm always going to be.
And you keep on assuring her in this.
But so it depends on the personality and the parent. But I suppose every parent feels so.
But okay, I agree to this feeling. I mean, I can understand this feeling of seeing your kid as a kid always, but I think it's good to remember that we are not bringing a kid up for ourselves. We are doing it for the kid, for the world, and for being kid happy on his or her own. Resilience is so important. Parents with troubled past quite often raising children who have similar problems or issues. With support, their children can live circle. Exactly. I do not have children, but I love your talk and your patchwork family. Great. Thank you.
Thank you for all the support.
Daddy, you are completely right that we are repeating the stories. Simply, we are repeating it, and it happens again, and until we realize it, it will happen again and again.
Yeah,
maybe in various options, For example, in your story, there is a...
But it's a cycle. It is a
Yeah.
cycle.
Yes. But what I mean is that sometimes it's not so clear. It's not so obvious when you look at it. Then it appears, oh my, it's exactly the same story.
Yes.
Although apparently it looked different.
Different version of it, but
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So variation, right?
Yeah.
Of it. And is parent drug daddy, and you're this kind of daddy also, who made your fatherhood your biggest, let's say,
Asset. Yes, asset.
yeah, you and I know it changed your life and it changed yourself, and you're a very creative dad, and you can be an example for other dads as well. Congratulations on it, and it's great.
Well done, great work.
And I'm so happy I could meet you, and now I feel it even better when I'm in touch with you.
And we like the same kind of music. This is from what I've noticed.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, and this is also funny about likes and dislikes when you bring your children up and then it appears that they like things that you showed them, that you exposed children to some stuff.
Expose them, yes.
Yeah, and then they know it, and this is normal for them.
That's why, guys, you have to be very careful, because children are all ears and all eyes, and they copy. They copy everything we do. They copy everything we say. So we really
and this is
have
something
to be aware how do we behave in their presence.
And this is something that will maybe make it easier for those who sometimes lose patience, who sometimes feel like they don't have strength. Being a parent is just creating ourselves. Being a good person, we are bringing up great people, right? Because they mirror us.
That's why the problem, in my opinion, with current societies is some people. I'm not speaking about everybody in general, but some people, majority, let's say, they so fully focused on their jobs, their work, their businesses, that they forget to be the actual parent, and instead of slowing down sometimes,
of what they really want.
Yes, also exactly. Instead of slowing down a little bit and regrouping certain areas of their familyhood, parenthood, life that includes children, they just run like a runaway train.
Yeah, some days ago I had voice from the playground here, because one of them was a bit hurt with it because he fell off the tree, and I asked, where are your parents? And he said, they are at work. It was like 6 p.m. His eye was red. I took him home, helped him, and everything was fine. And they were not there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They were at work for the whole day. And I see this boy all the time outside.
This is how it is. I remember being off school, after school, or starting school on second shift, which was in the afternoons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but remember...
And we were still back then on our own, and parents had to work.
Probably we could create a whole conversation about how it used to be, because it was completely different. But I want to read what Rock Daddy wrote, because it's completely my point of view, and I love it. I believe that children should be our partners in conversation and life. We do not own our children.
That's for sure.
Yeah, we are partners, and they are humans.
Children, they are not our property. They're not.
They are not our chihuahua. They are not our teddy bear.
This is not small doggies, small pets, whatever. They are not our property. That's the key thing to begin with.
And nobody says it's
they are human beings. And obviously they are small human beings at
And
first
they
when
have
they're young.
their opinion. They know what they like. And sometimes we may learn from them, because when we ask a question, children will usually say exactly
Yes.
what it wants, right? And
The,
they
the,
know.
the thing is, you need to give them structure and discipline, and
security.
And that creates security. And once you have that, they
might distort it a bit.
They will have their own opinion that we can also consider always, and we should. But obviously, we are the parent, and we are their guide at their early stages of life, which are crucial.
They have rights, and we have bloody responsibility to help them reach their full potential. Yeah, helping them is something we may do, we may try to do, although we have difficulties with reaching our potential ourselves nowadays in these times. So it's good not to get lost, not to be too fast, and this is what you said. It's good not to feel this need of being the best, the fastest, the highest, the tallest. It's good to feel what is really important, and when you manage to create this feeling in your kids, then this is your parenting success, because then the kid will be able to make its own decisions, even if you didn't give the exact solution, right?
But you gave us a foundation, which
exactly.
Once a child has a foundation, then even if there are different circumstances in life, they are able... Hold it, please.
Hold it, please.
Thank you. You're welcome. Time? Tea time?
Yes, also. I bought some ginger.
Okay, that's such an English way in showing it that way.
Yeah, I am...
Tea time.
I am a TV girl.
That's a tea
time. How
time.
may we show each other?
That's a tea time.
Yeah, so we just... Okay, so we remember. Intuition.
That's a life lesson for you guys. From Lydia and Carlos.
No,
I'm joking.
It's a discussion.
It is a discussion, yes.
Yeah, and we are waiting for your comments also on YouTube when this...
Comments
when this movie is available on YouTube.
How would you say drapieżnik?
Raptor. What is the name? What is the word? Predator. Why are you asking me?
Predator. I knew it.
Predator?
Predator like potato. Predator.
And remember to be a parent that can laugh at yourself.
Yes. Laugh at yourselves. Have some distance to everything.
I can clearly see you need to be a teacher, because I am a teacher myself, according to my education, but I don't want to educate my viewers. I am a partner, and you are... Ten pan mówi po polsku. It happens.
See.
But doesn't get a lot, when I speak Polish. That's why I decided to make conversations in English. It makes us happier. Okay, be laid back as hell.
That's me.
What does it mean?
Be laid back as hell.
Chilled.
Chilled as hell.
Yeah, okay. Hell. And
then in certain areas of life I can't be laid back. That's also when it comes to bringing up my son. But generally I am laid back.
I wanted to summarize. I started it, and then you started to laugh at me, okay?
Because of you said
intuition.
Commands.
Okay, but you are the teacher here, so
yes,
you
that's
shouldn't
why I'm
laugh
correcting
at me.
you. That's why I'm correcting you. I'm laughing at you because this is part of our relationship. Taking a mic.
Okay, what else? What else we listed? Intuition, treating a kid as a partner, being laid back. This is it. And remembering that kids mirror us.
Structure,
and
discipline, safety. Structure, discipline, safety.
If you need us to talk about
Discipline
something
creates-
specific, contact us please here. Live is available for 24 hours on Instagram, then it is on YouTube. And we have conversation class playlist there on my channel, Lidia Piechota. So please comment there. Did I pronounce it well? Comment there. And take care. Take
care, guys. Take care, Rock Daddy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye bye.